In this scenario, Dave has just been asked to go to Russia. And he's going to be speaking, and he's a very well-known scientist. He's going to be speaking in Russia. It is a sponsored trip. And so he's a very... Hi, Dave.
Hi, Suzette. How are you doing?
Great. Here, let me give you a microphone. This is a very well-known scientist. Very, very honored, and so I'm his AO, and he needs me, he needs my help to move the issue through. So we're going to play this a couple different ways. The first way, he's coming into my office, and he is demanding that I get the travel orders through. Demanding. And meanwhile, I've got a pile of papers this high on my desk. So here is how not to handle this issue if you ever come across it, or maybe have friends who do. Okay?
Suzette, I've been asked to speak at a conference in Russia, and the travel papers have to go through now. ASAP. Do you know what that means? Not by a sap, but as soon as possible.
You know, I think that there's something you don't understand here, which is that I'm a very busy woman. I have a tremendous amount on my desk right now, and I do not have time because you have a little travel thing that has to go through right now. You know, I don't have time for this.
Do you see what it says on this jacket?
Yeah.
It says doctor.
Yeah.
That means you are here to work on my problems. I need this done now.
I don't care if it says president. This is my office, and you will do what you are told in my office.
What?
I don't know who you think you are coming here telling me what I need to do, but you are on foreign ground here, and it ain't Russia.
Okay.
So you come back with a dozen roses and a birthday cake, and we'll talk. See? Okay, the bottom line is he ain't getting what he wants. And so that's how not to do it. And that may have not been completely realistic, but you get the idea. He comes in angry, upset, demands, and I am not going to give him what he wants. So here's the second scenario, where he's going to come in, again, upset, but this time I'm going to use the 6 steps. So this is, I want you to pay attention here and see what it is that I do to get him to come down so that we can move the conversation forward and get his request met. Because that is my job, after all. Okay.
Suzette, I'm speaking in Russia, and I've got to get this paperwork through now. It's got to go through NBS. It's got to go through the EO, if you can break them away from the golf course. It's got to be approved by the ethics people. I've got to get this done now, right away.
Okay, yes, I see here. I see there's a sponsor also involved. Okay, look, I mean, I can see you're very stressed about this. You're under a lot of stress, and I myself have got a whole pile of papers I need to do. But tell me something. When do you have to have this done by?
Well, I need to have it done by Friday, but I need to know by Wednesday as well, because there is a sponsor involved, and I've got to get the visa and the ticket and everything else.
Oh, well, it's got to go through the NEB. So, and then the ethics committee also has to review it. God, I'm really under the gun here, but I tell you what, if you will give me a call on Wednesday afternoon at 3 so that to make sure that I'm on top of this, because I've got so much I'm working on, I want to make sure that it gets put in my pile. I'll get this going within the wheel with the NEB and the ethics committee, and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, so 3 o'clock on Wednesday?
That'll be good. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Okay, great, thanks. And let me just say, in the future, we need 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. I understand your expectation now. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Next
no
time.
Exception. Okay.
Promise.
All right. Okay. Now, so that went, fairly well. Maybe not 100% realistic, but the idea here, he's upset. I acknowledge that he's upset, and even though I'm upset, I also acknowledge that he's upset, and then we just basically focus on what needs to be done.